All right, hello and welcome to part two. So this video is just to go over the architecture. We're not going to actually get into any trading on this video. The remaining videos after this will all be trying out different strategies, which I've tried, many in the past, as I've discussed in a previous video. Uh, so the idea here is just so people can understand how the architecture is set up, so that I mean, like I said, I'm making these videos for someone like myself. I would appreciate to know like how all the moving pieces, moving parts, and um, that way I have a better understanding of exactly what is going on. So let's get into it. So we have um, I'm using Owanda. Owanda is the forex exchange that I'm using. I have it. One of the reasons I chose them, they have paper trading. You can see here, here's my demo account. So I have all my API keys and all that set up to point to this, um, which is great because I can trade as much as I want without actually losing any money. So that, and then I use OpenAI. I'm sure everybody knows what that is, but that's like basically ChatGPT. Uh, and then I have my database. So I have my database that lives on my local machine. The way this works is I have a data service so I'll start this up um, at least probably an hour before I'm actually going to start trading, just so I can build up some candles. So I'll start this, and this will load 1 minute candles into my database. Let me pull that up so you can see what that looks like. And this is a Microsoft SQL database. Uh, So we got not really using this auth table right now. I was doing some other stuff. I'm not really using this trading pair thing either. I'm basically just using these two. The candlesticks. This is where the data gets loaded into. That will end up being used by the bot uh, to determine buys and sells. And then the trade table is to store all the trades and a whole bunch of information about it so that I can analyze um, what's going on. Uh, one one of the things that I recently added that's been really helpful, or hoping was being really helpful, was because I'm having OpenAI make trade decisions. I'm having them also return a buy reason and like a short, like I bought this because X Y Z, and then to give it a confidence between 0 and 1. So that I can see if there's a pattern between confidence and the type and the reason, uh, and just see how that goes. So that was kind of the idea there, and the rest of these are pretty straightforward. Uh, so the database. So yeah, so we fill up the 1 minute candles, then and so when this is running, this is basically hitting Awanda um, every minute to get the candles and then store them in the database. And then I'll turn on the trading bot, which will what it does is it reads from the SQL database, so it'll reading all the candles. Right now, I'm just the idea. My end goal is with, at least with forex, I'm probably going to do all the major um, pairs. Right now, I'm just going to do Euro and USD just to see if I can get a pattern going there because that's probably the most highly traded pair. So this bot will start up. It'll read from the database, get all the candles, and then it'll pass it to. So here, let me show you the prompt that it. So this is what I keep tweaking. So this is basically the bot. This is the actual trading bot here. So it runs. Not going to get into the code too much on this video, but so right. So this is here's my prompt. So you're a forex scalping decision engine for Euro USD. Um, I'm basically when you're using OpenAI, that's the one thing that does cost money. So every request response, depending on the size, is going to cost you a certain amount of tokens. And so I mean, it's not too so far. It's been pretty negligible, but I still am trying to make the JSON that I'm passing it as small as possible. And so I'm passing it. I'm basically calculating all these different indicators and passing it, and then I have this is important right here. I have it return this exact format every time, so that I can parse it and store it in the database, right? Um, so here's that part where I was talking about the confidence. So you have from 50 from 0 to 1 basically, and then I have a constraint there, a minimum of 65 confidence for a buy. Uh, yeah, so this is the current prompt I'm using. Like I said, I'll be tweaking this. These are just things I've been trying. Um, and then so yeah, so basically I have this. It all comes down to two things, right? I have a method that says should I buy, and a method that says should I sell. And I when I first starting this, I wasn't using OpenAI. I was using AI to help me with the strategies, but I would just have some code that would just check various things like uh, uh, different indicators like moving averages and RSI and all this kind of stuff that I just was trying to uh, use that to determine the decision as opposed to just passing it to OpenAI. And I might go end up going back to that. Um, because the nice thing about doing it that way is first off, I don't have to pay, it doesn't cost me any money to have my code analyze it as opposed to OpenAI. And when I was originally doing this, I was doing it with stocks. And the nice thing, like I said, the nice thing about not using OpenAI is that I can run simulators, right? So I have a whole day's worth of candles. I can try my strategy. I wrote a simulator class that will basically go through and execute as if it's ran through a whole day. It'll that I can analyze um, the win rate and profit loss and all that good stuff, and run it as many times as I want, and it takes like 2 seconds to actually run it. So might end up going back to that, just trying different things. But again, I don't want to get too much into that. Like the idea here is to get into the architecture. This is just in case for those that don't know, this is Visual Studio. It's .NET, just a .NET console application. And all this is just running on my machine at this time. Let's see. So to there. So yeah, so the trading bot. So get all the candles, determines if it should buy by calling OpenAI. If yes, it's gonna uh, do the trade with Oanda, and and one thing I can say, like, because I've been running this same architecture for a long time, as far as not necessarily with Oanda, but as far as like how the bot gets the candles and it trades and stores the data. Like, I'm very confident that it works as expected, as far as like it's when it's making trades, it's doing what I expect it to do. I just, like I said, I still don't have a winning strategy, but I validated that when I store that I traded at this price, I see the same thing in the like I can go into Awanda and view my trade. Um, or like I was using for stocks, I was using what was I using? Oh, Alpaca for stocks. I go into the dashboard and I could see the trade. The dashboard would basically match what I show in my database. So I'm confident that everything is doing what I tell it to do accurately. Now it's just the so I got past that's and I went through a lot of iterations of oh, like I'm passing in the candles in the wrong order, or maybe I have a couple candles where I'm missing like a couple minutes, right? So like it could be gaps and stuff like that. So I've already kind of gone through all that stuff, so I'm pretty confident that my bot is solid. So yeah, so hope that is clear. In the next videos, each one is just going to be trying different strategies and show you the results. And uh, again, this series is for other people. I'm sure there's other people out here doing the same thing that I'm trying to do. I get all these. I think I mentioned in the first video, I've lost thousands of dollars over the years. Trying other people's bots. It's easy to, when you see those ads, they'll say, "Oh, I can have Chat GPT build me a trading bot in 5 minutes." Yeah, okay. Well, good luck. Good luck with that. Not quite that easy. Um, but Yeah, so please don't send me any ads like, "Oh, this one works," because even if it does, I'm not going for it because I've already um, came to the conclusion that when you want something right, you got to do it yourself, and so I'm going to make this work at some point. So in the next, X number of videos, I'm going to be trying different strategies, and uh, hopefully, people can give me some feedback on their ideas like, hey, try this, try that, and maybe uh, I'm always open to um, this could be maybe improved. I'm always open to do what makes sense. So anyway, just like and follow if you want, if you're interested in how the rest of this goes. So the next, like I said, next videos we'll be doing some actual trading and see what happens.